So I honestly do not see what y'all are talking about. And when I say y'all, I'm probably just talking about the media people that I know that I have tried to get to watch Kandi and The Gang. But this show is very interesting and entertaining to me. I actually enjoy it. I like seeing Kandi. I like seeing this business idea. You know, the concept we seen unfold seasons ago on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So to see something that was an idea that they talked about, that was in their mind, that they probably envisioned, actually come into the physical, into reality, and it's a whole, a whole thing, a whole now it's a TV show. I'm just amazed. I'm impressed. And I enjoy watching it. I think it's pretty cool to see a woman or a couple ran black restaurant, the ins and outs, and especially because we know Kandi, remember her from back in the day, singing an Escape, and also watch her on the Housewives of Atlanta. We know her family, her mom, her grandmoms, and her aunts and all that. So it just feels like she's our homegirl. So I'm excited, and I actually enjoy watching the show and seeing the things that go in the ins and out of running a restaurant. But I also really enjoy the cast. So to me, I think the show is pretty cool. Like I like this show. I haven't missed an episode. So I just wanted to talk about some of the things that came to me, and also this episode 4 in particular. So to me, I feel like it's a lot of complaints from the workers, but in my opinion, they really have the opportunity to make something really good because it's new, because it hasn't been done. A lot of them complain about what's not right and just a lot of complaints about how the restaurant is run. They have the opportunity to create their own operations, their own SOPs, standards of procedures. So instead of complaining, actually be solution-minded, goal-minded, goal-oriented, just act like this is kind of your baby too, because it is something new. So everything isn't going to be perfect. It takes time for things to kind of run like a well-oiled machine. So I'm like, instead of complaining, I don't understand why a lot of people don't want to make it do what it do. And at the same time, you guys are working for Kandi Burruss in the industry. I think it's pretty cool. She could be paying me pennies, but the simple fact that I'm around someone that's like Kandi, I just feel like it's worth it in the end. And I like how most of them have something else going on outside of work. I feel that way about any job you do, your current 9 to 5. If it's not something that you love, that sets your heart on fire, I feel like you should do the best that you can at that job, but also work on the side thing in the meantime. And I feel like Kandi and The Gang, the OLG restaurant, gives the workers that kind of flexibility. So that's one thing I thought. They can actually be bosses in their own rights. The same ones that are complaining can actually give ideas and suggestions in a constructive way. I feel like Kandi and Todd are the kind of bosses that will be open to feedback, especially if it's something that could make the restaurant better. So what a great opportunity. So I wanted to talk about that. And I also think it's cool that what other job could you work on where you could actually hug and greet your manager or your boss? Like, that doesn't happen. I like the fact that they have like a real family vibe. Like, the workers aren't just workers. They actually seem like friends and family on the show, and that's a rarity. So it's like they're complaining, but they don't realize how good they got it to have that kind of even like physical contact in the workforce. I don't hug my managers or my bosses or nothing like that. Never had. So it's just like the fact that when it's a town hall meeting, that they can actually interact with Kandi and Todd on that one-on-one kind of level. Again, I think it's pretty cool, and they don't realize how good they got it. Come on this side of the world, work like the rest of us, and then they will see like what they're complaining about is really nothing. So, but I do like the family feel of the show. I will say, even though Shawndreca was talking about how the food tastes different one day from another day, to me that is a problem, because if I was to come from where I live all the way to Atlanta, I'm expecting the food to taste like good. I don't want it to be a hit or miss thing, like the day that I sit up there and go and travel, that the food ain't popping like that. Like, no, quality assurance has to be considered. But at the same time, I get it, because even regular restaurants, let me tell y'all about the Panda Express where I live at. One day it'd be really good, the next day I'll get it, like maybe a few days later, it's totally different based off of who makes it. So quality assurance is a big issue, and I see even major chains have that issue. So, but I do feel like that is something that needs to be worked on, that we should not take for granted, in my opinion. So I'm glad that Shawndreca spoke up. Probably could have been said a different way, but quality assurance is a thing that I feel like above all should be right. Out of all the complaints, out of everything that was said, I do feel like that one was a valid one. So I wanted to say that. And also, oh my gosh, y'all, did y'all see how Bertha said that she wasn't going to talk to Brandon no more because the one time she spoke, he didn't speak back, and she know he heard her, and it wasn't never going to happen. She wasn't going to speak again. I was like, oh my gosh, now I see where Kandi get her stubbornness from, because y'all know how they be saying how Kandi don't like to forgive. If you hurt her, that's it. Case closed. Show's over. Let's wrap it up. It's no she's not about to be cool with you again. So I was like, oh my gosh, listen to Aunt Bertha. That sounds just like how Kandi attitude be, if someone wronged her. So I said, that's where Kandi gets it from. It's in their blood. It's in the family, okay? But nevertheless, I thought that scene was cute, and I liked how Brandon made up with Aunt Bertha. So that was good. Now, is it me? But I honestly want one of Brian's rolls, one of his soul food rolls. I think that's a cute idea, and they look pretty tasty to me. I like stuff like that, like little out of the ordinary weird things that are different that you don't see every day. Because y'all know, I swear that I'm a little Martha Stewart, Patti LaBelle, Chef Gordon Ramsay, what's her name? Rachel Ray. I feel like I'm just that kind of cook. Like I'm on that level, even though I'm really probably not, but I gotta think it to believe it and believe it to receive it. But nevertheless, I call myself creating myself a ramen burger, and I thought it was pretty cool. So that's how come I like Brian's soul food roll. I think that's a cool idea, and I would like to try one. So if I'm ever in Atlanta and he got his food truck, sign me up for one, because it looked good to me. So yes, I also like this show because I like the aesthetics. I went to grad school in Atlanta, so watching this show kind of makes me feel like I'm still there a little bit, because at times I do miss it. And I just like the scenery. I like the open space that Atlanta has, and the greenery and the vibe. So I liked watching the show from that perspective too. So maybe that's why I'm a little biased to it, why I like it. But yeah. And speaking of which, Brandon as a manager. I think Brandon is cool, but I feel like he's one of those people that needs to be liked. And to be a manager, sometimes you have to do what needs to be done and not care how people feel, because you're thinking about the greater good of the company, the job, the restaurant, whatever it may be. So that may make you hate. That may put you in a position. That may put you in a position to be hated. But nevertheless, the job got to be done. The show must go on. So I feel like if Brandon is not going to be the type of person to stand up to people or stand up and speak his mind, then I think he will be a better brand ambassador. I feel like he will really represent the OLG brand well. I feel like he'll be the kind of person that could tell people why they should eat at the restaurant, the good qualities. He'll be able to brag up the menu. I don't know. I feel like he will be a good kind of person like that. He'll be able to sell people on the merchandise, because again, a lot of times when you're selling, people kind of buy from you when they like you, if you're able to present stuff really well. So I feel like he would be that kind of person. He could hype and get people to buy into the OLG brand, and that's a good career to have when you want to be liked. So I think that'll be good for him. Maybe not being a manager so much, but nevertheless, things could change. I also again didn't like the things that Shawndreca was saying about OLG, because again, like I said, you are in the presence of Kandi, and not to put her on the pedestal, but we're not going to act like she don't, make boss moves. So not for nothing, you can just kind of be a sponge. she lucky because these interns or whatever would work her job for free and do a better job, because like I said, it's just the fact to be around Kandi, maybe get invited to some of the things she has going on, just being in the circle or whatever, that's worth more than money. And I feel like I would just want to put myself in a position where I will make her look good and the OLG brand look good. And then that's going to come back to you as well, because it shows that you can handle things and you can fill in the gap. So yeah, she knows the restaurant and all that jazz, which is good. But also I feel like don't bite the hand that feeds you. And if you don't like it that much, then find another job. That's it. But you can't keep talking about the people that you are employed by. Ain't nobody keeping you here by force. It's a free country. If you feel like you want to do better, be somewhere else different, then go ahead and free yourself. But don't be talking about your boss. I don't think that's cool. But yeah, other than that, I think the show is very interesting to me. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who your favorite character is. Are you tuning in? Are you watching the show? Do you like it? Like I said, I really enjoy it. And I'm mad at myself because I didn't watch it when I should have watched it when I went to the gym. So I got something to watch while I was on the treadmill. But it's okay. Nevertheless, at least I got something to talk to y'all about. But other than that, I will talk to you guys soon. And peace out.
Met Saint Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Saint Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent.